All righty, we are back on Morning Line. Before I get into my story about my prize-winning vegetable, we've got a caller who waited through that whole time, and he's great. The lines are open, 737-7587, if you want to share your proclivity for whatever fare that you like. Get it? Fare, like food? Okay, let's go to James. James, good morning. Hi, James.
Good morning, brother. I love the Wilson County Fair. Have loved it for years,
Awesome.
man. I used to work there as a carny and as a attraction with Meta Homes, where Peyton Manning had to throw a football through a window of a trailer to get a discount on a trailer. And they swapped it over to a tire that they put out in the middle of the arena, and have loved the fair. And my sandwich is the sausage sandwich. I love that.
Let me ask you this, James. I'm really glad you mentioned about being a carny. Now, it's curious, and carnies have certain reputations when you see them one way or the other about the lifestyle they live, and some are stereotypes. I see them, most of them that I've met and I've talked to seem very nice, and they seem to like their job, but it's hard work. Talk about life as a carny. I mean, and what it is that, you know, are these people that appreciate the nomadic existence of moving around, and where do you sleep at night when you travel with a fair? How does that work?
You sleep under the ride at nighttime, and when you're moving, you sleep in the back of the rig.
Okay, and you travel the country. So what is the draw for some of these individuals?
Seeing everything you can see as a young man. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it ain't.
It's like any job, okay? But I mean, I can see the appeal of it. A lot of times, sometimes they look a little rough around the edges, like they didn't get a lot of sleep last night, because I think they work very hard.
Well, partying and working.
I bet that's part of it. Yeah, you have to do that, but they take their job seriously. I mean, are the carnies the ones, too, that not only man the rides, but also construct them?
Every bit of it, man. When I put one together, I put it together like I was going to ride it. I greased every joint. I checked everything twice, and before your kid got on it, I made damn sure it was right.
There you go, and I believe most do. Now, on top of that, though, they do that, and people need to know the state has inspectors, and we're going to show some images of rides and things. There are inspectors who then come in later to make sure before they open up.
Yes, if the ride's acting funny, a good carny's supposed to go turn it in and have them come check it.
Yeah. Do they make much money? What kind of pay do you get for something like that?
Well, you get a pretty good pay, man. They feed you too, but here's the other side of it. While you're a carny, there's other stuff that carnies do. They're not poor.
There's other stuff that they do that's what?
They're not poor. I'm not going to get into the whole detail of the side effects of being a carny, but they do other stuff to make money.
Okay, so it's just supplements their income. By the way, you said you do get, in addition, I guess when you're traveling with them, you're not paying rent anywhere. I mean, you may have a home or something elsewhere, but you're traveling, so you're sleeping with the equipment. And when you say they feed you, are you basically just eating the carnival food?
Yes, sir, you are.
That sounds good for a while. I mean, I love corn dogs. What would you eat? The sausage
sandwich.
Yeah, I got you.
Italian sausage.
Yeah, I love those. All right. Hey, listen, James, thanks for calling. As always, it's great talking to you.
All righty. Later, brother.
Take care, my friend. You know he's talking about sausage sandwich. You walk through there, and they've got all the peppers and the onions cooking, the sausage right there. You've got 2 or 3 different types, and then they got the bun, and they're awesome. Now, I'll eat one of those, and I'll enjoy it while it's going down. Then later, I'm burping it the whole day, and it's probably because my stomach's not used to it. Now, to eat one of those every day, I think would be a problem for me, but maybe your body adjusts. But boy, they're yummy, and the best advertisement, you walk by and you smell those darn things, and they're awesome. Anyway, Life of a Carny. You could write a book on it. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff. Let's go to Eric. Eric, good morning. Hi, Eric.
Hey, Nick. Listen, I've never been to the Wilson County Fair, but I did go to the Tennessee State Fair when I was a kid. And one of the things, and you'd have to be my age to remember this, they used to have Fair Day where they would give kids in metro schools tickets. And they did that, Nick, when I was a little kid. They stopped that early. They stopped that when I was in the 2nd grade back in 1971, so I remember it.
Wow.
I I think I either went either the year before or the last year that they did that. But one of the reasons I think they stopped that was because even though a lot of kids went to the fair, they were saying most kids actually didn't go to the fair. So I think that's kind of why they quit it. Yeah. But of course, I remember the rides like riding the roller coaster and the bumper cars, Tilt World and stuff like that. I also remember the food like ice cream and snow cones and corn dogs and hamburgers, all that type of stuff. I never was much of a cotton candy guy.
Right.
But also, of course, I would play the ring toss, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We win like a stuffed animal or like a giant sugar daddy candy bar. But it just brought back a lot of fun and memories for me. But I stopped going probably when I was like around about 20, 83, 84. And one of the reasons, not because I necessarily wanted to quit, but of course, you had Opryland, because I went to Opryland and went to a lot of the other parks around the country. Like I would go to like Six Flags over Georgia or like Kentucky Kingdom or Kings Island, Ohio. I think that was part of it too, that I probably didn't go to the Tennessee State Fair as much anymore, because a lot of times I went to like other fairs and other like amusement parks around the country.
Yep.
Yeah. And also when I was a kid, of course, I remember how much it's changed over the years. It used to be that, of course, Tennessee State Fair was always like end of September, early October. Then it kept moving up to where it was like middle to early September. And now, of course, you've got it now with the Wilson County Fair where it's like August. So it's changed so much over the years. One of the things I hope we get, I don't know if it'll ever happen, is an amusement park back here in Nashville. Like, I don't know if we'll ever get Opryland. There's been talk, of course, for years, but I kind of miss those days when we did have something like that, Nick.
Yeah.
But I'll get off. You take care, Nick, and have a great weekend.
Hey, thank you, Eric. You brought up a bunch of points I want to touch on, and we'll see. There's been talk of a full-time amusement park coming here again. It just hasn't happened, but there's been discussions along those lines. But yeah, you know, the thing about some of the state fairs, and what I like about the county fair and the way the fair is, there have been some state fairs in the past here and across the country and the like that for whatever reason evolved where maybe they decided it helped attract an older crowd, they'd serve alcohol. And I'm sorry. And look, I'll have a beer and I'll drink wine. You don't need alcohol or beer sales at a carnival or a state fair, period. End of story. If you disagree with me, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You don't need that, because when those fairs did this, things deteriorated, because then idiots get drunk and they act like morons around children. And that's the great thing. There is no beer drinking or no sale of liquor at the Tennessee State Fair, the Wilson County Fair. That's the way it should be, and I appreciate that. So that's one thing that kills a fair, is if you start serving booze. Period. End of story. And so you don't find that very often anymore. People finally figured out in pursuit of that buck, you end up just kill the golden goose. Hey, we can show some photos of the fair as well. That's me and Joe Dubin. Some of you will recognize him. He messes with me on my Facebook page. You see what I'm wearing around my neck there? That is my bone necklace. Those are rib bones. I made that myself, and I wear that when I judge barbecues, and I had a chance to judge the Big Beef Showdown, which they had at the beginning of the fair this past weekend. It's fun. Yeah, you want me to judge meat that culinary chefs cook? Call me, sign me up, I'll be there. Joe had a little bit more than I did, but he's a bigger guy, right? That was fun. So yeah, we were at the fair judging that. And Leland was there, as you heard. We caught up with him later. That was right after Joe and I judged the Banana Pudding Festival. Leland was there judging the Pie Festival. And that's pretty neat. And then you know, we were also asked, as you know, I'm very involved with animal rescue, and this is me in the middle there holding Betty Davis, one of our dogs. To my right is my wife, Debbie, or Deb is what she goes by, and on her lap is Jackpot, one of our other rescues. And speaking there is Michael Cunningham, who is one of the directors of Animal Rescue Corps, and we held a seminar at the fairgrounds to talk about animal welfare, rescues, how you can get involved in volunteering and helping with, shelters and the like. It was great. It was great. And this is just an example how with the fair, you know, there's a lot of fun involved, but there's a lot of good in helping the community, and that's what it's all about right there. Listen, we'll take a break, come back, and wrap things up right after this. Stay with us.